Hey, welcome to more random thoughts in random places. Well, we live and we learn. So now I realise I've been filming in completely the wrong mode. I'm filming in the correct mode. So now when you see my video, you should get full screen instead of a little box inside a big screen. But anyhow, Random Thoughts in Random Places is delighted to bring you the news that I said to you I'd be setting up podcasts, and I've just set up my first heart-to-heart. I prefer heart-to-hearts than interviews. They kind of seem more like an interrogation, don't they? We don't want that. So he's a lovely man, wonderful friend of mine. He's currently filming. He's doing a few little independent movies, and it's wonderful to see him back in his element. He also produces music, so we're going to be having a chat about that, and we're also going to be discussing, just life in general, people, human behaviour, where he's been, what he's done, how he feels, and of course, we're going to talk about subjects across the board. So if there's something that you're interested in and you'd want us to discuss or be a part of it yourself, do join us. So I will let you know as soon as that video is done. It will be going up on his channel as well as my own, and hopefully we can start a nice heart to heart, from time to time. I don't know how many times a week I will do these podcasts, but I'm growing exponentially, slowly but surely, and creative things come to you as you go along. So I have learned so much since I have joined the YouTube community, and you have to bear with me because I'm in my 50s, so I'm not too sure. And my forte is singing and songwriting and making content and discussing the psychiatry and psychology of the human species. I don't really do the technical side. So I'm going to have some people in to help me with that. And I wouldn't be the only one that's got a magical special team behind them on YouTube helping her or him create their content. It takes a skill. And I am no good at editing at all. You can edit me all you like, but I am no good with those things, and I really, really respect and appreciate those who are. So, my loves, it's a beautiful day. And like we said, if you're healing, and you've got a moment to get out to your not even if it's your favorite place, it might not be, but if you can get to your favorite place, do so. If you can't, but there's somewhere where you could just take a break, take a breather, do it, my darlings, do it. It can be such a battle sometimes to even get out of the house, to even want to walk out of the house. But if you have somewhere where you can have a little private moment of tranquility and just to reflect, then I really, really, really strongly suggest you do. It was something that I incorporated into my life after a long while of solitude, and which was becoming unhealthy. It is difficult to want to go out. It can be noisy, loud. It can be too rough for a lot of us. So we might time when we go out, because it might be a little bit more quieter, So I really do feel that and understand that. And as I said, my channel is here to help us manage the chaos of human society, this mechanism that they like to call civilized. It always gets me every time because it's so not civilized. And to try and understand this environment that we're in, because we understand that the world, Gaia, she's beautiful. She is not the problem. It's us. We are the problem. It's always been us. And because we've been given the element of choice, we choose to ignore. We choose to just ignore and pretend that we're happy, and we make do. And we shouldn't be making do in places where you just shouldn't make do. It's as simple as that. And we are all living a more repressed life, whether we want to admit that or not. We're not free. We're running around in a closed off area. It does have barriers and fences. They're just invisible. So we all know that we've got this fantasy, irony in our head that we are all free beings. We're not. We're not. You're free to buy that car, struggle to get that mortgage. save up for that holiday, all within this small parameter. You're free to do all of that, but you're not free to actually live. We're not going to let you do that. God, you must be mad, you know? How can I be elite if I don't have people to stamp on? How can I absorb and steal and take all of the wealth and all of the minerals if I haven't got people to bully and stamp on? How can I make all of the choices and the decisions about where 9 billion people should go and live their lives? How am I supposed to do all of that if I'm not a bully? Free my ass. Free my ass. You know, all I can say to people is, we always go on about Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter, this matter. Free lives matter. How about that? Free lives matter. That's the one thing that you should care about. That's the one thing you should care about. Stuff skin colour. That's an old dirty dark illusion that they put in there to make sure we all battled one another, fighting for the right to exist when we've all got the right to exist. Who should have what? Well, I think we're a little bit better than you, so we should have that and not you. No, that's what they installed, indoctrinated into your head, which was when we started to discover that they were stealing everything. They said, shit, we better think of something. Let's make them attack each other instead of us. It was never about our skin colour. And take that from someone who is completely multi-mixed race. Completely. I have 3 countries in me, and my sons have 6. Okay? So, please, we're going to end that. We're going to end that because it is such a petty thing. When you look at it, it doesn't make any sense, does it? Why you would be that enraged over someone because of their skin colour. No. As they say the phrase, skin deep, it goes a lot deeper than skin. It's about the awareness and the enlightenment and the intelligence that won't be insulted. That's what we have. You see? They don't want you to wake up. Wakey, you know, dream state. We'll talk about that more, because a lot of people have even mentioned, is the dream world real? And this one is fake. This one's not right. You know? All I can say to you is share with you is nothing down here, nothing here on this beautiful planet Gaia feels right at all. We are so out of touch and out of connection. We are literally just this parasite on the surface of the planet. We won't mingle, we won't connect, we won't bond. We just absolutely wholeheartedly refuse. Ridiculous. I've never seen such a species have its head shoved so far up its arse. It's no wonder we can't see shit. Oh, actually, you can see shit because you're up your ass. But, I mean, it's no wonder we can't see the wood through the trees, because we're constantly bigging up our own self. Us this, us that. And know this. The reason why I understand this so much is because I come from one of the most narcissistic families you can ever think of. That's why I'm an outcast. Because the behaviors that they can do they just don't care at all. Selfish. Very, very, very emotionally selfish people. So if any of you are familiar with Star Trek, especially the Next Generation, because I'm a Star Trek Next Generation fan, do you ever remember the episode about the blob, the black blob that was left on that planet because everybody thought the civilized way to go about evolving themselves would be to take out all the bad parts of themselves and shove it somewhere else? Well, then that became a manifestation of emotions, and it was left there to deal with everybody's dirt, filth, bullshit, sins, you name it, whatever. And that's me, except for I'm not a hateful being, and I'm not going to hurt you. You see, there's a massive difference. And so the reason why I know so much about the narcissistic tendencies in people is because I came from a family like that. And I was just different. I just wasn't like them, you know. Some of the things that you do as a narcissist are so bad. You know, they can put people in life-threatening situations, you see. And then what the narcissist does is they just walk off and find the next person that they can shit on, okay? Whilst they hold this persona in society that they're so wonderful. You know, I see right through that. I can smell it. I can smell you. Yeah, I've been doing that since I was a child because it's what you call saving your ass, saving your life, because who else was going to help me? So I had to quickly learn. I had to quickly learn all about adults and the sneaky, devious, conniving, vindictive acts that they will do quite happily. Quite happily. That's what humanity is. Very, 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 very diabolical species, because you have the choice to be kind, but you don't go there. You choose to be horrible. And that has a lot to do with the pressures of society as well. Would we even be doing half the things we're doing to each other if we weren't under this pressure to constantly have the haves and the have-nots? And the more that the haves take more have, the harder it will be for the rest of us. Okay? So maybe it's about time we stopped running on the ground, looking for all the little bits of scraps and the little bits of seeds, yeah? And we just stopped. Because it is that simple. Just got to stop. Don't want to do this no more. Don't want to do it no more. And I can tell you now, from someone that's been there in a more isolated situation where I had to remove myself from a certain place, and it was a work environment, and it was as fucked up as it gets, but all covered with this lovely coat of, oh, it looks like we're wonderful people, oh, we run this organization so well. It's disgusting. Underneath, it's just nasty. But it's all shadowed over by some little fancy picture and this wonderful presentation of, aren't we wonderful? Look at us, we just sparkle. It was the most horrendous place I'd ever been. And then I realised I'd made a grave mistake. And then something else happened, which meant I definitely had to fucking go. And it was the best thing that ever happened to me. And believe it or not, a lot of these people weren't even looking to genuinely help me. They were meddling little bitches. They were meddling little witches. And never heard from any one of them since. That's how much they truly, really cared. They just loved being a part of the drama. And then they're just gone. And what these fucks don't know is that that nearly ended me. You see, but then I have something in me that they don't, okay, which is a strength that I was given before I was born, because the Most High knew I was going to be facing a lot of crap when I got here, and it would be unjust, and it has been. And so I have experienced the cruel side of human beings, and now I'm going to experience the loving side of human beings, because there needs to be balance. And I am here to, as a soul being, to experience what it means to be human. The minute you ask that question, it's shown to you that it is emotional. We are emotional beings, and boy, have I lived a fruitful life in able to understand that. Oh my God, human beings, yeah, nasty, can be absolutely nasty. And then the energy goes on hiding that you've just done that, rather than just face what it is that makes you act like that, and don't use the amount of other people, right, to justify what you're doing. Be a warrior, but you can't do that because you might have to lose your cushy little job and your cushy little lifestyle to be true. And so you can't be true. So therefore, you'll just be like the rest, flatliner. And you'll bury yourself fully under, so you don't get noticed, and you're lost in the crowd. You don't have to have any accountability. Do excuse my hay fever. And so, and that's what we've got here. It's such a messed up. It's like a recipe with all the wrong ingredients, and it's just fucked up. And now we keep fueling that and fueling that and fueling that until we now have just a pot of filth. Just absolute filth, with everybody trying to pretend that they're some sort of quality being. We're not quality beings. How can we be? Our everyday acts are stuff that are bad, right? We're not a good species. And if we can just frigging realize that, right, and accept that truth, then we've got a chance. We can save it. We can save us. But nobody cares anymore. Do you even want to be saved? Yeah? Do you really give a shit? You say you do, but do we really? Do we really? Yeah? We give a shit when it comes on our doorstep. That's when people give a shit. Other than that, don't want to know. And that has to stop, because that isn't love at its finest. True love means there isn't a single person around here you wouldn't consider family, and you would help them. You would help them in the same way you would do your own blood. But we've got this attitude of, oh, I'm not going to help you because you're not this to me and I'm not that to you. What does that matter? I shouldn't have to be your child. I shouldn't have to be your brother or your sister for you to care. Just about, oh, if it's my near and dearest, I might just help, because I know our families get on as well. You're even more brutal. And it's just pure pride that keeps you pretending that, oh, we're a loving family. Yeah, of course you fucking are. Of course you are. You know, you get those families. It's just about, oh, we've got to look to be seen to be a family. And, you know, it's blood, innit? But you can't stand each other. That's always fascinated me, that is. If you can't stand each other, live to that fully. But you'll come back with that toxic behaviour as, oh, well, you know, it's family, innit? So I've got to help. So you're just helping them to continue vibrating on the level that they vibrate on. So how is that helping anybody? How is that helping society? All that's going to be is that toxic person now is going to go into someone else's world and fuck their world up and enjoy every minute of it. Because that's what narcissists do. And that is going to be one of the topics we are going to be speaking about a lot. Because I've had so many people ask me about it. So many people have had so many experiences, you know, where they've believed, loved, given their energy to someone. And it's just been totally, you know, don't even have any words for it. And this is where people are getting drained and beyond fed up, because it's difficult to put yourself out there, right? But if you want results, you have to take those risks. You have to put yourself out there. And you never know who you're really going to meet. Hence why discernment is key. Discernment is everything, because you don't want to repeat what you just had to go through. And this is happening a lot because people are upset with life. They're not truly happy, but they're not connecting the dots. They just carry on oblivious, not understanding that it is society. Every day, all day, the noose gets tighter and tighter, and then they stand on it and they lean on it until you are no more. And then when you get to about 70, 80, if you're lucky, that's when you're allowed to have an inkling of life and you're allowed to live. But your decrepit old body won't even let you. You see? See how they rob you from the minute you're born to the moment you die? And that's what we're going to be discussing. Because I'm not going to just discuss all these other topics without understanding where they originate from. Because they're all derivatives. They're all derivatives. They're not the actual cause of all of this. But we are going to get to the bottom of that. We're going to talk about that. Because every single time it comes back to society and its mechanism, its rules, and its intricately woven acts of repression to make sure you are enclosed. You cannot live, you cannot breathe, and you cannot stretch out. Standard. Whether you believe that or not. Take it from someone who wasn't allowed to run and hide away from the harsh realities of life. They got dashed at me with no mercy. And so I am telling you, I took that journey and I saw it. And the easiest way to describe it is like a new cave system. Somebody is going to have to carve out that new route. Yeah, someone's going to have to risk all the dangers, all the pain, all the hurt to find that out. That would be me. I'm one of those people. I took that perilous journey when others weren't. And so when it all hits the fan, right, the diarrhea, trust me, when it all hits the fan, there will be some of us there that will be able to nurse you through it. Because I was shown it, and it never stopped showing me all throughout my childhood. And so if I can survive that, I can survive this, all of it, because I'm supposed to. Because I know a lot of people will be able to relate to this. A lot of what I went through should have killed me. I should be dead, but I am not. I am not. And that stands for something. That means something. I'm not dead. I should be. The amount of betrayal I have dealt with. And then the disregard for the position that they've left me in and the whole environment and that whole world. I know there are dozens of people, dozens of you out there who have felt that, and you have never given up. You have never become cruel. You have never become spiteful. Hey, you're my kind of people. I love you to bits, and I'm looking for you. I'm trying to find you, right? So you know, and I know, we ain't alone. We're just outcasts. We feel weird and strange because we never fitted in. We weren't supposed to. We were supposed to be the observers, the watchers, all right? The watchers. Yeah, the nurturers, the comforters. That's what we do. That's what we do. And I'm looking for you. I'm trying to find you. So reach out to me. You are my spiritual warrior, my colleague, my sister, my brother. Yeah, you're that light being that understands. Yes, we are light beings understanding what it means to be human. You have to remember that while you're down here, though, hence why you wake up your spiritual self so you can remind yourself, my true self isn't human. It's not human. It's not. And so, my spiritual warriors, I call to you. I call to you guys who were left for dead, left disregarded, made fun of since school days, yeah, outcast, delinquent, all the names under the sun. But what you forget is, I am the sun. And so that's why I absorbed all of that pain and all of that anguish and all of that hate and all of that spite and all of that bullying. I survived it because it was meant to be me. Someone that can take all of that and still be her today. And be a kind-hearted person, not a bitter, spiteful piece of shit who goes around deliberately causing trauma in people's life. No. But Most High help you if you try to hurt me. Because we're done with that. We don't take that anymore. And so all you spiritual warriors out there who were left disregarded, come find me. Come find me. Like and subscribe. I got your back. I got your back. Drop comments of what you would like me to talk about. I got you. I got you. And we're going to tear it apart in all its entirety. We will have clarity. I can guarantee you that. We will have clarity. We're not going to shove it all under the mat and have this poison going in with society. Oh, let's hide. Let's hide. If there's one thing I cannot stand and I will not tolerate, is sneakiness. And one disguising who they truly are. Show your true self. What have you got to be afraid of? If you're so big, powerful and horrible, show yourself. But you're weak. And you know that if you're going to be cruel, majority of people don't like that in someone. And so you're not going to have a very nice fan base, are you? So you have to pretend that you're not horrible. I've been around people like that my whole life. I've been around your Jimmy Saviles. For those of you who are not from England, you're from America and other countries of Europe, Jimmy Savile was a disgusting being and a horrific abuser towards the innocent side of us, children. And then you've got, so I call it the Jimmy Savile effect. He's able to have a persona that makes people not understand this is the beauty. What he does is half the work is you guys battling your perception of him. That's why they're con men. That's why they do what they do. Because now you can't get out of your head what a wonderful man he is. He's done so much for charity. He's done so much for this. But you won't listen to your intuition. Something's off. Something's off and you know it's off. But what you do is you cover it. You hide it. And because of that, hundreds of children were abused. There you go. So you can imagine the frequency and the vibration of how low that must feel, how bad, how close to evil that is. And then you get your Chris Watts. Oh, I was a down and out, and this beautiful woman came into my life, or a down and out woman. A beautiful man's come into my life and lifted me up, made me a better person. Oh, hold on, I've now got my ego back. I think I'm going to go to the gym. Oh, I've pumped up a little bit. Yeah, I don't need her no more. So he wipes out her and his 3 children, 2 girls and an unborn son. Wow. Just like that, because he's grown a bit of muscle. And now he fancies himself. But what you want to read with that story is how his mother plays a massive part in his childhood as to why that guy's psychopathy is off the fucking scale. You need to understand the parents in that man's family. Absolutely vile. The husband, well, he doesn't even get a word in edgeways. It's the mother. Wow. Absolutely no mercy. That woman had no mercy for her supposedly grandchildren. All she cared about was her son. Yeah, that speaks volumes. So you've got to understand these people. So there's Jimmy Savile effect, and there's the familicide murderer Chris Watts, who wipes out his whole family because he's feeling a bit more better about himself and his physical appearance. Oh my God, it makes you want to throw up. How shallow can you get? How shallow can you get? So this just gives you an idea of all of the kind of topics that we're going to be going into. And so, yes, I have my podcast in the next couple of days. Then I will release that out, and then we will take it from there. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I'm back in the studio making some music, so I will be putting some of that out as well. And yes, one last piece of advice. When you know there's somewhere you're not supposed to be and you can't get it out of your head, it's because you're lingering. It's time for you to leave. You're ready. You're just trying to tell yourself you're not, because you're self-sabotaging and you're so close it wants you not to be. I've had it, and so I catch it in the bud, like I'm doing today. Wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, but you have your good days and you have your bad days. But if something is nagging at you, it's because it's time for you to leave, or it's time for you to face it. But hey, you don't want to linger, but you also don't want to be too hasty. Timing is everything. It truly is. It truly, truly, truly is. I had a good conversation with my son about that just the other day. The timing of things. Divine timing. Look for that. There's reasons for that. Anyhow, I baffled on long enough, but it's been a while since I've had a heart-to-heart with you guys, and I've just been trying to compile things together, and I am also looking at places that I can go, because there are some really, really lovely secret places in Cornwall here, and they're just nice to get away, have a private moment, and have a nice heart-to-heart with you guys. And like I said, my spiritual warriors, reach out. Don't be afraid. I know what it's like. You can feel alone, but we are out there. We are out there, and I am reaching out to you. And I'm really hoping that you will reach back and just connect with me. Because as I said, I do other things in life. And so, God, sorry about my frigging hay fever. But if you do have this feeling that, she's just doing this content because she's just another YouTuber and she just wants to make the money, I don't really care. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in you. I literally am. I know it might seem hard to believe that there is some genuine people out there who genuinely care about how you feel, where you're going. As my fellow human being, wow, what does it feel like to you being here? Have you even had a chance to discuss any of that? The magical mystery side, of what it means to be alive. It's just a wonderful thing, So we need to have more of that. We want to have more discussions of that, especially when it comes to science, black holes, the consciousness of the universe. It's endless. It's endless. It doesn't have to just be negative things like the sad things of what's happened to humanity and how we've gone so far down and we haven't evolved. We do need to discuss all the wonderful things about being here. And us ourselves might not be very wonderful right now, but there's a lot of things that are around us, and it's really important for us to see that in them, You know, like today I shall talk to my plant again, and she spruces, she perks up. She perks up every time I tell her how beautiful she is and how gorgeous she is. She perks up. She loves it. She loves it. And so one of the things I want to do, as well as the podcast, is, like I said, the more places, because that's why it's Random Thoughts in Random Places. But there are some lovely little forests that I want to get into, and it's really quiet there, so we can have a great conversation, you know, a wonderful heart to heart. So they're places I really want to bring to you, because it's tranquility and it's peace and it's positive thoughts, and it reminds you of your true being, which is your right. It's your universal right to know that, to feel that, to want to go out and just bond with that for a moment, if you cannot be too tired. You see? Always society wants you to give all of your energy to that, and you have little bits of crumbs that you can save for yourself. So we've got to try and turn this around, haven't we? Work-life balance, so they say, but it's easier said than done. However, I do feel if we group together and have these brainstorms and heart-to-hearts, we can actually come out with a way. We can figure out how we're going to do it, and we might be able to just start to pick away at the shackles that have got us so tightly tied down. Anyhow, I could just go on and on and on. But again, thank you for stopping. Thank you for giving me your time, because it is precious. And if you stopped to even just watch 5 minutes of this, or if you've made it to the end, you are my G. If you've made it to the end, you're a G. I love you. Honestly, there'll be more, and we can have some real fun banter. Trust me. I'm not an old fuddy-duddy like that. I can have a good laugh, and that's what I think we need, you know? So, look, you guys are top people. I love you to bits. Please join me to get it off your chest, my loves. Truly am here for you. Care about you. I care about what you're going through. I don't need to know you personally. I don't. I just need to know you're my fellow human being. And even if you weren't, you were a fellow human alien, I'd still care. All right? I'd still care. It's not about the money. It never was, never has been. I've made it through life. And the best moments I've had is when you've engaged with some really amazing human beings, because we truly have got the potential. We could really truly be a great species, but to be that, it's how we treat each other. And if we could just show each other the compassion, because we're all in the same boat, maybe in different tiers and what have you, but we're still all there. We can all still drown. It doesn't matter about your class, you know. Death is death, and life is life. So let's enjoy it together. Let's treat each other as we know we should, and know that there won't be any reprisals. You won't lose anything from being kind. Trust me, you lose more when you're horrible. You just don't. Those people don't see it, my darlings, but they kill a part of themselves each time they do that. And you don't want to be that. Don't be. It takes a courageous being to push through and be strong. And I know that's what you've been doing, just like I've been doing, okay? We have to believe that what media tries to show us is that everybody's fucked and it's gone, but there isn't. It's true that society is in a really bad place, but we've got the ability and the knowledge and the consciousness to change that. We're not stuck here and can't get out of it. We can change it. We can. So, on that note, my darlings, I've got to take a walk, but I'm going to go the beach way because I want to get some tranquility and some peace and remind myself that this is a beautiful place that we live in. And I love you dearly. I hope you have a wonderful, blessed, safe day. I hope what you're looking for and what you're searching for and the answers that you want come to you. But patience is a virtue. I hope to see you very soon on the podcasts. And like I said, my spiritual warriors, do reach out, because I know you exist, because I do. So don't be afraid to come out now, okay? You've got support and you've got people that understand you, all right? And on that note, my darlings, have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. And as always, Jala.